Your poster looks interesting. Can you tell me about your summer internship?
Yeah, so during the summer, I spent 9 weeks of my time as a student software developer for Berea College. And I was actually working alongside 9 other student software developers as we learned how to work as front-end and back-end software developers. And for the majority of our summer, we actually worked on a big summer project where we completely redesigned the current labor status form system that's used by the college.
Okay, so what was the most non-technical thing you think that you learned?
Yeah, so in terms of non-technical, it was definitely the value of communication. So for a project of this magnitude, where at one point we had maybe 13 team members in total collaborating together, it was super, super, super important that we always communicated what was going on at the moment in time. So the way that we went about that was daily scrum meetings every day. At the end of the day, writing Slack messages where we said what we did, what we're doing, and when we're stuck, and just demoing constantly so that we could get the feedback that we needed from our team members. Because for a project of this magnitude, it is super important that we always understand what's going on, because my team members' work could have really affected my work, and if we didn't understand what was going on between the two of us, then in the end we wouldn't be able to cohesively bring everything together as well as we should.
Awesome. So it looks like that you worked with a lot of programming languages. So can you tell me about the most technical thing that you learned during your internship?
Definitely. So I didn't learn this during my internship. I just developed this skill a lot more better than it was at the beginning. So debugging, definitely debugging. So in the 2 CS courses that I've taken before, I've worked with Python and I've worked with C++. And when you're debugging in a Python project that's strictly Python, it's not easy to debug, but it's a lot more straightforward because I know that my problem is obviously hidden away in some Python file, and the same with C++. But in software development, if I have a bug, then it could be in my controller, my Python file, it could be in my JavaScript file, or it could be hidden somewhere in my HTML. So it's a lot more difficult and rigorous to bug whenever your bug can be hidden anywhere within 3 different languages, or it could just be as simple as a syntax error in your HTML, and it's just really difficult to kind of work through the rigors of debugging. But that was definitely a skill that we just became more accustomed to during the course of the internship, and just being really hands-on with our programming.
Awesome. So what do you think that was? I forgot the last.
Most proud of?
Oh, what do you think? What was the thing that you are most proud of?
Yeah, so I think just in terms of myself, the thing that I'm most proud about is my progression as a programmer during the summer. So the very first day of the internship, we jumped right into programming, and I felt like I was trying to swim through quicksand on that first day because Scott gave me an issue to work on, and I was familiar with Python, obviously, from taking 226, and I had a little bit of really small experience with HTML and JavaScript, but it was a whole new level of programming that I just wasn't accustomed to. And in those first couple of weeks, I mean, not even just solving the problem, but creating and brainstorming ideas for how I was going to solve the problem was something that was really difficult and that I was just having a lot of trouble with. But as the internship progressed, it became a lot more fluid, and we were able to, have brainstorming sessions, have whiteboarding sessions, be able to bounce ideas off of each other as teammates and team members. And I'm just really proud about how far we've progressed in terms of that aspect of the work. So from the very first week where I was just completely stuck in terms of not being able to generate any ideas, to where we are today, where we have an issue at hand, and I know that between myself and my pair programming partner, we can come up with 3 to 4 different avenues or routes that we can explore in case the first one doesn't work. We have 2 or 3 more that we can rely on. So just that progress of programmers and our ability to brainstorm and problem solve is something that I'm really proud about from my work this summer.
Awesome.